Hi everyone, it's Catherine. I wanted to do a brief video to let you know that I took down the video, I think I put it up yesterday, about the bullet hole in the ceiling. A gentleman by the name of Zachary contacted me and we did a lot of discussion, a lot of photo edits, and he was actually able to create an edit with the photos that could prove that the light anomaly that I see is actually a bullet hole. But it wasn't 100% confirmed, and I still would like to do some more, not only edits but research on that. But what Zachary showed me gave me enough pause to say I'm no longer 100% convinced that the light anomaly is not indeed a bullet hole. But that still leaves the question, even if it is a bullet hole, why wasn't it photographed? Why wasn't it documented? It wasn't logged. Nobody speaks about it. It is in no reports. So if the police could find a gunshot through a floor and into a wall downstairs and take the time to dig out the floor and the wall and categorize that and take photos, and they say they knew that the ceiling had a hole in it, a bullet hole, but yet they leave it for a month after they've released the scene, I'm not buying the whole they knew the bullet hole was their routine. And I don't know how they could miss it. When measuring this bullet hole, it's roughly 1 3/4 inches long by 1 inch wide. It was a pretty good sized hole. They should not, all the people who were in that place should not have missed it. So I will still stand strong on that. But until the other stuff could be proved one way or another, I went ahead and took it down because at this point, it's fair to say that my video was incorrect in stating it's not the same, because I have no proof now since Zachary was able to show that it's a possibility. So unless that changes, it will stay gone. Now, others of you, and especially Greg, have asked me to explain what the paper is behind me. So I'm just going to go briefly over it really fast today. This side over here is the timeline. And I had started this before I knew that Dan had created an absolutely amazing timeline. So that's kind of just been sitting there. I don't really do much with it anymore. This, on the other hand, is where I kind of put my thoughts on paper. I started off with this as, I first put it, I should say, people who may know something and suspects. Since that time when I first did that, I was speaking with another professional officer type person in law enforcement, and they said I should probably really change that to persons of interest, because then it's an all-encompassing word instead of, it gets wordy, just kind of condense it. And I'm like, okay. So in this, it lists everybody that I know, and I don't know everybody, but everybody that I know that's associated with the case, be it a reporter, a friend, a family member, David and Camille themselves, or people who say that they were friends and had information. I don't care. It didn't matter. Everybody went on that list because to me they were interesting and I wanted to find something out. And I left it, and that was another reason why they said to change it, because for me, if you're suspect, I may have good reason to think so, but that doesn't mean anything. Just because I suspect something doesn't make it fact, and it doesn't make it true. So again, they just said, keep it as person of interest, and then that way it's all covered. So I did that. And then the next one is motive. Did they have motive? And I had put, were they cleared? And then they also said, cleared is not really the terminology they use. They said, are they ruled out? So I crossed that out and I put ruled out. And then I also put, do they have any information? Again, because everybody is included in this. Some people that were contacting and being very argumentative, and they wishy-washy. They're this way one day, this way the next day. It depends on where that flow takes them. And so when they contact me and say they have information, and they would give me information, which I never received. They never backed up anything they said. So they go in, it's either yes or no, they have that information. And then it's like motive. Do these people of interest to me have any motive whatsoever to do? And if so, what could that be? And then here, I'm just taking notes about what does the Quran say, and the opportunity and the means, who would have that, who could have had that. And I just ran out of room. And who knew about it, who could possibly know about who would have most. This is just an all around, like a big scratch diary, like, you know, a scratch pad. Take down all your notes, and it is by no means of any like solid and completely organized ... It's, again, it's just thoughts. And here are the autopsies, and what I find interesting and what doesn't make sense to me, and that's just the way it is. And then some of the inconsistencies. I stopped writing about the inconsistencies on here because there are so many. I would run out of paper. It would have to be all the way down my walls. I'm not going to do that. So I started keeping it in an actual notebook themselves. But there it is in a nutshell. So every time you see this behind me, it's just my note taking. Not accusing anybody. I have said this a million times, and I'm not going to say it again because I know most of you guys get it. And you know, you can't help what someone may or may not understand. You know. So anyway, there it is. And thank you for understanding, and if we get any further information about the bullet hole, I will let you know. But again, until that time comes, the video will remain offline. Have a great day.